Guys, I'm back. Can you guys see me now? Please join this chat. Oh, okay, perfect. Guys, if you're chatting, I can't see it. This is ridiculous, you know. You know what? I'm beginning to live chat. Can you guys see me? Good evening. Am I the right way around? Guys, please can somebody let me know in the chat I'm the right way around. I think I am because I can see myself and it looks good from my end. It looks fine before, but I don't know. Please let me know. You know what, guys? This will be the last time I'm going to move because I have OBS set up. Next week, we're going to use OBS. The only reason I'm using this today is because I'm traveling. Am I the right way around? If I am, please send a thumbs up or please send something in the live chat because we are using the live chat this evening. Those of you who could join, good evening, good evening, good evening. How's it going? Drinking some, woo! Good evening, CV. How are you? Hope you're well. Perfect. Guys, I put a goal. Okay, let's give it a few minutes, guys. Let some more people join in. Hi, CV. Hi, everyone. Guys, please engage with me in the chat. Woo! Yay! Hi, Roxanne. Engage with me in the chat. I love hearing from you all. I love hearing from you, beautiful people. And please also drop your flag. Let's know where you're chatting from. For the UK gang, I apologize. I know this is very late. I'm not sure. It's 10 p.m. in UK, right? Because I'm in Iceland right now. Only for a few days. I'll be back in on Monday. But yeah, it should be 10 Netherlands. Hi, CV. How's it going in Holland? Sorry. Netherlands. How is it going? Okay. Guys, please engage in the chat. Please drop your flag. Woo! Hi, Recitas. How are you? How you doing? How is you? Amaka, how is it going, my sister? How are you? Please engage with me in the chat. Don't forget to give us likes, super chats. In fact, like I started doing this thing. I will first of all, where is good? Okay, I can't. Let me see if I can translate that. If I was using my laptop, I would have translated that. Let me see if I can use where is more. The weather is nice. Oh, bless you. You know, I figured it might be something to do with the weather, but I wasn't sure. Let's give it a few minutes, guys. Happy Saturday. And yeah, good evening. I apologize. I know this is late for the European gang, but yeah, because of I had this wonderful chat planned. So because I'm in Iceland, I found this beautiful view where I went to a spa, and I was going to like kind of show you guys look at the place. But then when it was time, and I did check this before, for whatever reason, when I tried to go live, it didn't work. So for those of you that joined earlier and had to come back, I am sorry. I did try to update it, but YouTube, well, anyway. Hi, Heather. How are you? Thank you so much for that. Don't worry, next week we're going to be using, so I have OBS now. We're set up. It's just, like I said, because I'm here, that's why. Let me give everybody maybe another 1 minute, then we can get started. Lovely to hear from you all. Are you all doing okay? How's life happening right now? How are things doing? How are things going? How are you guys enjoying Prince William's tour in Estonia? Hmm? Engage with me in the chat, guys. I need to see your chats so we're having a conversation. It's not just me talking at you. Your reaction will keep me going. Then we can take it. I have time today. Don't worry. We can. I have my topics well organized and ready. Trust. Let me give it another minute. We're almost going to start. 20 people, that's great. Thank you all 20 of you for coming into my live. I do appreciate each and every one of you. You guys have been, your response to me has been, if they had told me a month ago that I would have 20 people on a live, I would have said, what? Who wants to hear me talk? So thank you so much, everyone, for coming into the chat, for liking, for engaging. Apologies, I couldn't post anything yesterday because I was traveling. So yeah, so today I'm gonna get started. So today, guys, yeah, hi Rositas, yeah, live blogging from Iceland. I will explain why I'm live blogging towards the end for those who are interested in knowing. Yeah, today we're going to, it's quite a doozy, you know. We have some, we're going to start off with, I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at the description. We're going to start off with Prince William's Estonia trip. I'm very keen to hear your thoughts on that. I have a lot from my own trust that we're going to get on to the fact that two grown men, guys, two adult men, are online masquerading as women to harass and attack not only Duchess Meghan and Harry, but their fans. How pathetic is that? I'm very keen to get your thoughts on that. We're also going to cover Andy Signor. Andy Signor, the expose on. Please, I need you guys to stay on for that because it's a doozy. I think what I wanted to do was, instead of just releasing a documentary, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring it to you guys. Listen to me. I want to get your feedback. Let's discuss the key points, and then from there I will know whether you guys will be interested in me giving you that content, right? Because there's no point putting all the effort doing all that work and you guys are not interested in the engagement. But I think the Stop the Hate campaign, when I walk you through Andy Signor and what that, bear with me, I know some people have given me feedback, they hate when I get nasty, but I'm going to get nasty. That scumbag has done all the things that he's done, guys, and why he is humiliating himself, spoiling his legacy, basically bringing all sorts of bad karma on himself, harassing not just Meghan, guys, Amber Heard and Blake. But I'll give everything context, don't worry. And guys, if while I'm talking, if there's any specific topic you want me to cover, please feel free. Oh my goodness, it's a mess, right? If there's any topic besides what I'm discussing now that you want me to talk about outside that, please feel free to drop me a super chat and we will focus on the topics that you want. And of course, not just a super chat, whatever amount you want, just let me know what the topic is and then I'll put it on the list. So well, I think we're 10 minutes in now. As soon as 10 minutes hits, let's talk about Prince William. Just a disgrace. For everybody that has joined the chat, mwah, good evening, 32 people. That's incredible. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for the support. I really do appreciate you all. For those of you who don't know, I am currently in Iceland because like I said, I'll explain why for a few days. And yeah, Iceland is beautiful. If you haven't been here, if you haven't been here before and you're considering it, a truly unique place to visit. Today I went to Sky Lagoon, which was just honestly life-changing for me. I've never seen anything like it. I feel so relaxed. I feel so put together, and I'm grateful. Sorry, always hydrate. Miss September, yes, they do, right? Beautiful. I feel like everything here just feels clean and you feel refreshed. It's a beautiful place. I highly recommend. I also have, but like I said, I'll catch up with that. For those of you who are here, let's get to it then. Prince William, guys. So Prince William is parading as. For those of you who caught my video with Richard K, I don't even know who that is. According to the British press have been beating us on the head that, oh, Prince William going to Estonia to waste taxpayer money and to get photo ops is because he's now going to be seen as a statesman. Ladies and gentlemen, please, Prince William is Prince William not in his 40s? Is Prince William not in his 40s, guys? Why are they always talking about him as if he's a toddler who just learned how to walk? In fact, you know that picture, I don't know if some of you saw the BBC picture. God, when I saw that BBC picture, guys, I was so embarrassed. I was cringing with them. If someone did that thing to me, I think I'd hate. Right now, I really do think that the British press is trolling Prince William. That has to be the only reason, guys. They are trolling that man. This cannot be genuine. The picture I saw, and when I'm done with don't worry, I've made the picture I saw. I'm going to do some reaction videos where those videos I do. I'm going to show you that BBC video, guys. I was so embarrassed. Do you know why? Because it reminds me of a picture William took with his mom when he was a child. And guys, I swear to God, I'm not even kidding. An article actually published, it was People Magazine. People Magazine published your future king posing, doing cosplay in, I think it was a Challenger tank. They published the picture and their shady ass put a picture of him as a child. And guess what they called the topic? They introduced Harry into it. Oh, it's a doozy. I'm going to react and we're going to laugh together. I was dying of laughter when I saw it. Guys, I was so embarrassed. Hi, Lakiva. Lovely to see you here. I was so embarrassed, Lord. But yeah, so the Estonia trip. Sorry, I have my notes here. The Estonia trip. So let's talk about that, guys. So basically, the heir to the throne has jetted off to Tallinn in March 2025 to play soldier. Yes, and he's waving at some kids. Did you guys see William waving at some kids? Oh God, oh, that was embarrassing. And again, let me use Richard K's talking points to flex his global statesman muscles, because like nothing shows global statesman than an awkward man having a royal selfie photo up go wrong. Guys, I was so embarrassed. And honestly, let me read you some of the notes I got from Daily Mail. So let's talk about Daily Mail. Daily Mail had this ridiculous gem, by the way. They said Prince William, the master of selfies, right? He fumbled a fan's iPhone wallet and he dropped it like a hot potato during a meet and greet outside Estonian Clean Tech Association. The crowd gasped as if he just yeeted the crown jewels into the Baltic Sea. And apparently it was so awkward. The charger broke off and he was apologizing and he was mumbling and they were all squealing and fangirling like they had met Beyonce. Guys, just imagine if he had smashed that phone. But you know what? Because they are trying so hard to make him something he clearly isn't, the British press wouldn't drag him the way. Imagine if Harry had done that. Anyway, and this is my point. This is a minor thing. It's not a big deal. But I think what we're always trying to call out here, guys, is the hypocrisy, the absolute hypocrisy. Cookies and cream. Hello. Oh, God. My point is that Daily Mail article painted him like a bumbling oaf trying to keep up with TikTok generation. This is what I'm saying, that for me, I think what is a bit cruel about the press is the only time they appear to be properly fawning and toadying up is when Harry and Meghan have something going on. Other times, it feels like they're just dragging him unnecessarily, you know? Honestly, that article was a shock to me. And like I said, it was very embarrassing to see. And of course, there's celeb bitchy. Celeb bitchy is a bit messy, but I have to say this was funny. So like they were dragging him. So do you guys remember that picture of William posing with the president of Estonia? How awkward. He's always standing with his hands like that, like as if he's shy. And oh god. And you know the article they used for him, they said, can someone tell Prince William's camp to tell him to stop posing like he's guarding the family jewels? And they also dragged him, yeah, they also dragged him about this statesman trip coinciding with a 5-year nightmare of his own making. Guys, I agree. Because don't forget, in that interview, we slapped ass and Maureen. Guys, going forward, just to let you know, every time I'm posting a reaction from those people, I'm going to call it Maureen and the Musketeers. I think it's only fair. And I think I will be using the picture of Maureen. Since he wants to be seen as a woman, I mean, who are we to deny him? Women are great. Anyway, Richard K was saying, and other sycophantic members of the royal family was saying, William is flexing his statesman muscle. Really? Please let me know in the chat. Does William come off as a statesman to you? Hi. Hi. Hello, Suzy Q. Hello, Cookies and Cream. A mess. My point is, they are dragging him. Okay, look at the BBC article. Yeah, they said, like I said, I was asking you guys. I was asking. Well, I'm not here to speculate. Look, let me be honest, guys. I really couldn't care less who is rubbing William's pussy. I don't care. This is 2025. This is a safe space. The straights, the gays, the days, the trans, you are all safe here. I love you all. I respect you all. I welcome you all. My only issue, I don't support unnecessary wickedness. I don't respect wickedness, guys. I don't care what you're into. This is a safe space. We are welcome to everyone. But I don't like people that are evil, gay, straight, whatever. If you're an evil asshole, we will call you out. So let's talk about the BBC article, guys. Oh my God. For those of you who didn't see that picture of William posing in the tank, look, this feels, I know it feels like I'm nitpicking. I promise you I'm not nitpicking. He never looks comfortable, guys. He never looks at ease. In a way, I can't believe I'm saying this. I kind of feel sorry for him because you can't help but feel like they're trying to make this man do something he is not comfortable doing. And it's awkward to watch. It really is awkward and very uncomfortable. Which is why when they're saying statesman, nobody is buying it. Like the BBC article, and when I do the reaction, you see him sitting in a tank like a child. And this is what they've said here. Oh my God. Let me remix it the way I do. So they were mocking him. You know, did you see him in his camouflage where he was looking like he was auditioning for Call of Duty? Rich Prince edition. I was so embarrassed. And oh my God, guys, they were saying that it's sending a message. Yes, because Putin is going to look at a figurehead taking a selfie in a challenger and feel intimidated. And I have no idea why they were bringing up Ukraine, because apparently Ukraine and Estonia have nothing to do with each other. So I'm not particularly sure why. Oh God, and then let me go beyond. So in the article, they were also saying things like, oh, he was asking about drones and mental health stigma. You know, trying to make him come off as some sort of military strategist and therapist all rolled into one. And that tank picture, sorry, it's just in my head. Then you now see him peering out the hatch as if he's going to lead people to war. And it was just a mess, honestly. It was just, honestly, too much. And don't forget, I think he's back in the UK. Guys, for those of you who are following these things on Twitter, and yes, I know Twitter is not a barometer of the society, but my God, guys, look at how low the engagement was. Do you know, I just found out yesterday evening, by mistake, purely by mistake, guys, that Charles and Camilla are having a tour in Ireland. Did anybody else here know? I didn't even know that was happening. I didn't know, guys. Anyway, do with that information what you will. The the Prince William fiasco is just, if we can summarize that mess in two sentences, a parade of awkward selfies. That whole tank top posturing was, I don't, anyway, and that whole global state. Can we? I need them to stop saying that. We're not buying it. It doesn't make any sense. And nobody, absolutely effing all, is intimidated by by Prince William. That whole thing was a disaster. I don't even, personally, that to me was a disaster. They should go and, no, guys, no, absolutely not. Now we're going to move on to guys, what do you think of Maureen? What did you think of that picture I put of Maureen? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. What did you guys think? What did you think, guys? Because now we are moving on to Maureen. Oh my God. See, I've kept quiet because I don't even know where to start from. So, let me educate people so that you know. For those of you who don't know Richard Eden is a paid liar. His entire career, guys, is to tell a lie. Amaka, I'm not using OBS because I'm in Iceland right now. When the next live stream I have, you will see a picture of me talking, and you will see my screen, so I can quickly show you the things that show you what I'm saying. But what I will do is, if you look at my posts, if you go through my posts, you will see where I post a picture and I call it Maureen and the Musketeers. Embarrassing. What I will do after this chat is I'll create a post and I'll put the picture of Maureen and Richard and that idiot now Gardner, the one that was harassing Harry. So you can see how grown professional men are trolling as women on the internet. But let me go through my segment. Richard Eden, for those of you who don't know, is a royal editor. Royal editor, what do we always say in this space, guys? Royal editor is not a real job. It's not a reality. It's not based in fact. It's just a bunch of, I don't even know, I was going to say journalists, but I don't think these people are, I think it's just a bunch of, somehow they've managed to maneuver their way into the British tabloid mess, and they just talk. Richard Eden is a liar. If you read, do you know what? If you go on Richard Eden's Twitter, you see him begging for like 3 days for people to read his article on Kate Middleton. You literally see him begging. Literally see him begging for engagement. It's pathetic. Anyway, let's talk about Richard Eden. Hi, little Mark. Hey, lovely to see you. Welcome to this space. Yeah, so let's talk about it. For those of us that are new to this environment, Richard Eden is Daily Mail's royal editor, not a real job, and he's a known liar. And Niall Gardner, for those of you who don't know Niall Gardner is a conservative commentator with a Thatcherite streak. By Thatcherite streak, he has a picture of Margaret Thatcher on his Twitter. People say he worked for her. I don't believe him, well, because like I said, these people lie, and nobody ever said, for whatever reason, nobody fact checks these people. Anyway, these two people have been found on 2 different occasions retweeting or responding to comments using their female personas. Yes, let's talk about Richard Eden. Richard Eden was exposed by, I don't know if you know him on Twitter, I think it's Mokhata or Mokhtaha. He's brilliant. I like him. He was found to have a fake profile called Maureen. In that fake profile, he's a racist, by the way. He deleted that profile, blocked Mokhata, and since then we call him Maureen. Now Gardner, literally on Wednesday after guys, or was it? No, sorry, literally on Tuesday after that press stopping breaking news that was Prince Harry's visa application. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. I have a post. If you go through my post, you will see me talk about it there. Anyway, now Gardner was responding to a member of the squad dragging his stupid ass over that thing. And you won't believe what he did. The member of the squad, he actually asked him that, you know what, Niall, since you are so concerned about people's visa and you don't respect privacy, let's see yours, right? Since we are having a full conversation, let's see yours. Niall, being an idiot, had clearly been responding to somebody or doing something with his fake profile, and he responded to a squaddy with that same fake profile. And that fake profile, he called himself Pamela Kramer. Yes, guys. And it's not just the fact that he has a fake profile. Through Pamela Kramer, he also has a YouTube called Pamela Kramer. That's where we are, guys. Grown men using women's profiles to be nasty online. I saw a post on Twitter asking a deeper question that is interesting, how these men are hiding behind women's profiles to do it. Says a lot about them because they know their behavior is not manly, it's psychotic. You know, we talk about the people that hate Meghan. We understand that for a lot of women it is jealousy and envy, but it's very interesting to see men. And I've always been wondering, what psychology of a man must you, what is the masculine psychology that makes you want to violently go after a woman in that way? But don't worry, we're getting to Andy Signor. Don't worry. Anyway, it's just like it's a shield for their the theory I have is it's a shield for their misogyny or their obsession with Meghan. I mean, either one, whichever. Oh God, yeah, whichever one you choose. They are misogyny. They are misogynoir as well because Meghan is a woman of color. Whatever one we choose, it just letting them amplify their usual sniping. Because I think what I tend to understand is the behavior of a lot of these people in the royal rota. And I'm sorry, I cannot believe I'm saying this, guys, as a proud feminist. It's very unusual to see men verbalize themselves like that. I'm sorry, let me just say it. I'm not saying men don't gossip. Of course, come on now, men are the biggest gossips. No offense, guys, but we all know that's true. But I think, unfortunately, because of misogyny, it's kind of expected when you see women being aggressively nasty like that. But seeing a man do that is very interesting to me. I'm always wondering to myself, what is triggering you about this situation that makes you want to? Yeah, exactly. There's something very sinister about it. Because men really, I don't think gossip like that. But I could be wrong though. For the guys that are in the squad, please feel free to put in my comment. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how men behave. The men around me don't behave that way. But I guess that's the beauty of the internet. People put up a front. Around their friends, they behave one way. But when they're anonymous, hiding on the internet, they behave another way. Food for thought. Anyway, it's despicable. Either way, anyhow you want to see it, it's despicable. And the reason why we shame them is, if we can shame them, I'm not saying it will stop because there's too much money being made attacking Meghan, frankly. I'm not saying it will stop, but if we start embarrassing these people, bring it out to the open, we can expose them to some of the hate that they put Duchess Meghan through. Who knows? And maybe kill their credibility. At this point, Richard Eden is known to be a liar. And you know something, guys? For those of you who watch my recaps, because Richard Eden, Maureen, you normally see him around slapped ass, and that other one, Becky, big head. What I've realized is, have you noticed that when William went to Estonia, the one thing I got out of that was a lot of the royal rota were in Estonia. all of them, I think if not all of them were there, but Richard Eden and Slapped Ass were in the UK. Do you know what that tells me? That just confirms what I've been saying. These two people are not considered to be royal report. They're not signed off royal reporters, but I think it's only Rebecca actually, because Becky was in Estonia. And with the way Richard lies, do you remember in the latest video? Richard was saying that friends of Meghan reached out to him to talk about the trademark issues on As Ever. And I was like, Richard, nobody believes that. No, it's as in it's a known fact. I mean, come on, guys. Do you believe anybody that is in Meghan's circle will be talking to Richard Eden? Come on now. So I was like, this is just a bald-faced lie. That is a bald-faced effing lie. The man just lies, and he's not a member of the Rota. I think that show that they have, that Daily Mail Royals, if not for Rebecca English, it wouldn't have any weight, because neither Maureen or the other one are members of the Royal Rota. This is why when Becky couldn't be there, they got Richard K. On the Heritage Foundation discussion, let's quickly cover something. So I found some articles that said yeah, exactly, Miss September. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're pushing it. That's why the Stop the Hate campaign, my initial topics were Andy, that stupid woman, according to Taz, and Kinsey Big Back. But I'm going to add Maureen and Niall to it, because and this is why I need you guys. If we can amplify these topics, get more viewers, if we can go viral, we can start to discredit these people, right? We can do this. I really believe we can do this. But yeah, let me go back to like some notes I made on this Sussex bullies thing, right? So Feminegra released a piece where she was talking about Niall Gardner's Pamela account. And you guys, remember I told you that he has a YouTube page and he's pushing anti-Meghan bile, and it's basically the same talking points that he has before he clammed up after being called out. He deleted his Twitter page, by the way. Eden's Maureen is actually, we don't have enough. I couldn't find any actual post, but I did see the screenshots where he was responding to himself. And this is the thing, this is the type of investigation I would expect mainstream media to do. Somebody who calls himself a member of the Royal Rota doesn't have any access to the royal family, but he lies. I'm referring to Maureen, lies and sells these articles. I mean, coming out and saying that Meghan's friend told him the issues she was having with her trademark. What? And then we talk about Niall, who is using the Heritage Foundation as a way to bully Harry, has been found to also have a burner account and a YouTube account. This is a scandal. And to me, it's kind of like a proper mainstream media investigative journalist would go and dig into this and make it a smoking gun. Why is nobody doing that? Why has this industry of anti-Meghan, anti-Harry hate become so normalized that this type of scandal can take place? It's unacceptable, right? Am I going crazy? Do you guys agree with me? It's ridiculous. But like, if I had to summarize this topic, guys, I'll just say this. It's peak cowardice. You have two grown men who'd faint. Let me tell you something. Do you know how Meghan sent somebody a note? I'm very sure if Meghan sent these two fools a note, I'm pretty sure both of them will have orgasms, frankly. Richard Eden will not stop talking about it. He'll bring it on the show. He will go and frame it in his house. He will probably smell it and masturbate while smelling it, because I believe he's obsessed with that woman. Niall will probably, he will be screaming with excitement if Meghan even looked in their way or offered them any crumb of attention. But the thing is, it's pathetic. It's pathetic, and I think people in the media should investigate, because don't forget, guys, I was saying a few days ago, Kinsey Big Back is not mentally sound. If you listen to her, I'm going to drag her for something she said. But even listening to that, I'm bringing her words to you guys so you can see it for yourself. If you listen to her, that woman is not well. She's not well. She's not sound. And yet, people like GB News, Talk TV, Australian tabloids are hosting this woman. Guys, don't forget what I said. There are certain people they never bring on broadcast TV, but they put them on the internet. They know these people are not well. And I believe that is this collaboration between the so-called British press and their willingness to work with trolls on YouTube or become trolls themselves for engagement, because everybody wants to cash in on the Meghan hate train. Because it's profitable. If I wanted to make money now, I could literally just change my profile to say this is an anti-Meghan. All I have to do, guys, I'm not even joking, maybe release 2 or 3 videos bashing Meghan. I'm very sure my user count will increase like 5,000 or 10K. Yeah, it's that simple. Just put just put like a video or two destroying her. I don't know if you guys recall that video I posted. Oh yeah, I have no doubt in my mind, Foxy. That's exactly what he would do. Be masturbating with it. That video, I don't know if you guys remember that video I posted. Was it on Monday or Tuesday? Of that very young girl who was saying, Katie Met, I think. She was saying people found out that she had a topic, Confessions of a Female Founder. I'm very sure it's either Dan Wootton. Do you know what? I'm sure it's Dan Wootton. It has to be Dan Wootton that reached out to her that said, "Come on my show, let's talk about it." And because she's a content creator now, she was enjoying all the engagement. She's like, "Oh, okay, sure, I'll come on your show." She said when she went on that man's profile and saw all the things he was saying, she didn't even have to open his videos. She just saw how he had taken pictures of Meghan, exaggerated it to make her look like a psychopath, and she was like, "I want no parts of it. Do not link my name to this nonsense." And I was like, imagine if, because I was thinking to myself, this girl is probably not 25 years old. She has like 2,000 followers on YouTube. Why she could have jumped on the train and said, okay, for engagement, let me go and play with the devil and try and get followers. I think what people are realizing is, while it is all nice and good to get engagement, there's engagement and there's bad engagement. Like that guy who, after Meghan released name of her brand as ever, the Australian and all the press went on the internet to go and find every business they could find called as ever. They went as far as China, and they found one very stupid man, because of course that's what I'm saying. Someone who was probably looking for attention, who was happy to bash Meghan for attention. They found someone, brought him on their show, and he was saying he's thinking of taking legal action. And I was like, on a name called as ever? Are you high? It's like me saying I called my business "Thank you for shopping," and I don't know, the royal family calls the business "Thank you for shops," and I'm thinking that I can take them to court. That's a very popular name. You know what I mean, right? So it's kind of like it's just this. It's like this full end-to-end supply chain industry machine of anti-Meghan hate. Just absolutely appalling and absolutely disgusting. And that's why we need you guys. That's why we need each other to flood the algorithm. Flood it. Like, subscribe. You need to engage. I keep waiting for that one video that I hope I get a video that will go viral where I'm dragging the royal router. But that's what I need you guys to help me do. Let's get the engagement going. Keep the engagement going so that we can get more people to come on our side, you know? I'm tired of all the anti-Meghan hate and this industry behind it. But yeah, thank you very much, Little Mark. The dragging is the truth. Yes, that's. You know what? I might steal that from you. You know, put that on my. The dragging is the truth. No more being. No more Mrs. Nice Guy. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about Niall and Maureen. As in, guys, please in the chat, feel free to drag these idiots. They don't deserve any better. And we need to start finding journalists who want to do their job and have some integrity. You know, somebody needs to go on there and start finding these people out. Because I don't know how you can have a separate profile dragging somebody and nobody is calling you out about it. It's a shame. It's disgusting. Guys, let me make you laugh a bit. So, while I was doing, yes, he has a massive head. Have you seen the deep fakes they've done of him as a woman? He's a very attractive woman. I was like, why did you guys make him look pretty like this? Guys, you will not believe you will not believe what I found. Just guess. Our dear sister Kate, your future queen, Russell Myers. For those of you who don't remember Russell Myers was almost sobbing when he found out that Miss T, yes, I can. Please give me, if you want us to talk about it now, please feel free to drop a super chat. We'll have a quick discussion about it. But let me talk about Russell Myers, guys. Russell Myers. Those of you who don't know, Russell Myers went on Lorraine. For those of you who haven't seen my video, I have 2 videos about that. About Lorraine. In one video, she's tingling with excitement because Russell Myers and one other woman are making very stupid comments about Meghan's show. In another video, she's humiliating herself with somebody called Vogue something and somebody from ITV. Only by basically, I don't even know what to call that coverage of Kate and that red dress. Guys, please feel free to put it in the chat. What should we call that coverage of Kate and her red dress at Commonwealth? I'm calling it toadying, sycophantic, I don't even know. But it was so embarrassing, guys. It was so embarrassing to watch two grown adult women on a coverage about Commonwealth focus on Kate's red dress. If you haven't seen that video, please go in there. I'm not going to, I don't have the words. Please feel free to go in and watch me drag Lorraine. Anyway, Russell Myers. Guys, have you guys heard about Inspired by Meghan? Please drop a like in the chat if you've heard about Inspired by Meghan. And please drop a heart or a thumbs up if you've shared your selfies, your videos, or any type of content hashtag Inspired by Meghan. I love looking at it. I'm not on Instagram and I'm not on TikTok, but I love on Twitter. I do see all the lovely, like Meghan's viral one pasta dish that everybody is making. Kendrick said it, guys, you can't fake influence. Despite all the bitching and complaining, you can't fake influence. I think even Martha Stewart released one pot pasta. Guys, please continue to share, like, subscribe so we can get the algorithm up. Yeah. So anyway, the Inspired by Meghan. And guys, let me just quickly walk through some of the things we've seen with Inspired by Meghan. The one pot pasta, people going to buy La Crusade, people getting, doing hosting, playing with flowers, that lovely rainbow palette of fruits, which actually makes me feel like eating fruit. I should be eating fruit, but guys, I got Capri Sun because it's very fruity. As in, Meghan is just causing all sorts of inspiration. It's wonderful to see. Do you know what Russell Myers has gone to go and do? Russell Myers went to release an article, guys, in the Daily Mirror. Guess what he called it? He said, he basically said the so-called Kate effect. Apparently, there's a Kate effect, guys. And the Kate effect, according to Myers, let me summarize it for you. So he's been banging on about Catherine and her influence ever since she stepped back into the spotlight after her cancer diagnosis. The Kate effect apparently isn't true. Sorry, isn't new. They've been using this nonsense for quite some time for her fashion or charity. Please, in the chat, if you know of any charity that Kate is involved in, please let me know. Anyway, Myers kept on. The whole thing was some toadying garbage. Honestly, he was saying that Kate. He used the article to talk about Kate's cancer journey, and apparently because of the Kate effect, it has reshaped public awareness and royal PR. That is what he said, guys. This article came out, I think it was day before yesterday. I don't know, please let me hit a like in the chat. Do you want me to react to that article, or are we okay covering it briefly here? Let me know. Anyway, Maya said that he's been trying to push this so-called Kate effect since Kate's cancer video came out last year. In the article, what he said was, this is what the article is called: Kate effect hailed as cancer inspiration. What? A year after bombshell announcement. And he was basically sucking her toes, guys. He was saying, oh my goodness, her openness to talk about cancer. What was he even saying? Her openness to talk about cancer has sparked a surge in public in people seeking cancer info. Don't worry, he didn't put any actual evidence of this. Don't worry, it's fine. He said that, but he did say charities like Macmillan Cancer, for those of you who don't know, Macmillan Cancer, they actually do pretty good work with cancer support and initiatives. But according to Myers, the Macmillan Cancer Support saw their online visits spike to lockdown level highs after her announcement. What? He didn't post any evidence of this, guys. He said he quoted Gemma Peters, no idea who that is, from Macmillan, saying Kate gave hope and courage to others, and Dame Callie Palmer, the Royal Marsden, where Kate's now a joint patron with William, praising her deep empathy. So basically, this nonsense article is him trying to frame Kate as having gone through her own personal hell. That personal hell that she went through, that she's somehow managed to be the first person I have ever heard in my life receive cancer treatment without actually having cancer. Just because when they removed the growth from her tummy, they found what she said was cancer cells. For those, please, guys, feel free to let me know in the chat. Have you ever heard of anybody receiving cancer treatment without actually being diagnosed of cancer? And don't forget those articles that the British media had to come back on multiple times, clarifying to the public, actually, no, we didn't say Kate had cancer. So I'm confused. Did she have cancer? If she didn't have cancer, why are they saying she had cancer? Also, why are they saying her cancer is in remission? What is in remission, guys? I need someone to answer this question for me. Does Kate have cancer? Did she ever have cancer? Personally, I haven't seen any information from either the royal family or the so-called press that confirms to me that Kate Middleton had cancer. All I'm hearing is they took something out, found cancer, and started giving her treatments. Something that only a very rich and well-connected person can get, because the average British person who has cancer is not lucky to catch it that quickly unless they go for personal, unless they are rich and they have, personal, what you call it, personal health care. And even then, I find it impossible to believe that a doctor will see somebody and say, okay, you know what, you don't necessarily have cancer yet, but we're going to start giving you radiative treatments. What treatment did she receive? Her hair is, and I'm not saying that everybody that has cancer must lose their hair, but besides looking skinny, which I'm not particularly sure if cancer is the direct cause of, I'm not sure. Do you know what? I'm not going to beat this dead horse, but to me, the question mark in my head is, I haven't seen any evidence that Kate has cancer. And I think that's part of the reason, guys, Kate is not actively involved in any cancer charity or initiative. Plausible deniability. Because I find it hard to believe the British royal family that take every small piece of PR they can and use it to build goodwill. I find it impossible to believe that if Kate Middleton had genuine cancer, she wouldn't have milked this dry. Prince Charles, I do believe, has cancer actually, because not only has he actually supported charities, and Camilla has, right? They did that unnecessary photo up where he went in and he was walking weird because somebody had stuffed something up his bum to check for prostate cancer. Yes, that is exactly the same type of press I would expect if Kate Middleton genuinely had cancer. So why keep it quiet? Why keep it quiet? I think it's a plausible deniability thing, guys, but that's what I'm saying. Anyway, let me just summarize that stupid article. Myers was more or less extremely toading and toe sucking for Kate. He's basically saying that Kate is the savior of cancer in the UK. Nobody was paying attention to cancer before Kate had cancer, which is what he keeps on calling as the Kate effect. And interestingly, guys, I did some research on this. Myers has written multiple articles about this Kate effect nonsense. He wrote an article last year where he said, I saw Prince William's moving admission up close, where he ties the Kate effect on cancer to William's own personal woes. And some nonsense about after she finished chemo, out of the darkness comes the light. He's practically writing a hagiography here. He said Kate is not just a survivor, she's a saintly influencer, single-handedly turning royal lemons into lemonade, guys. Never mind all the shady shit that went on before. The Photoshop. Have you guys forgotten about that Photoshop fiasco? Mother's Day is coming up in the UK. I'm sure. Don't worry. I will do a special 1-year anniversary of that fuck up. If you guys are interested, please let me know in the chat. I'm going to go through. I'm going to drag Kate. Do you know why? Because I'm not just Kate. I'm going to drag the royal family and the British press. The British press, because the way this whole cancer thing, all the drama, the dodgy Photoshop, guys. Do you remember when a video was released about William and Kate walking, that it didn't look like Kate? I still don't. I keep on asking the question, who was that woman? Or when Kate was in her mother's car and conveniently back grid got a picture of them, even though we hadn't seen Kate 3 months or so prior. I will say that I'm not sure if that was Kate, so I have no idea, but it didn't look like it. And then, of course, the fact that the palace, it took 3 months. In fact, guys, don't forget that the only reason why the palace finally spoke up is because of Kate's Photoshop fiasco. AP people said that they were no longer going to use anything from the palace. Not use anything, use any picture from the palace, because they couldn't verify its accuracy. All I'm going to say to this is, imagine if this was Harry and Meghan, guys. If it was Harry and Meghan, guys, imagine. Releasing fake photos. Imagine. I'll leave that there. So if I have to summarize this Kate effect nonsense, let me just say a nice. I put some notes here. So if I had to summarize this thing here, I will say, if he is really quoting from Macmillan, and Kate's announcement caused a spike in interest in cancer, because I move with data because I'm an engineer, if that's true, I think there is no analytics done that I can see that confirms that Kate having cancer caused an increase in awareness. All I'm interpreting the data is Kate announced she had cancer. People went online to Google cancer because, yes, it's a trending topic. A famous person announced something. The engagement must have been very high. And yes, it may have caused people that, oh wow, if Kate has cancer, let me go and check if I need a checkup. But ideally, people are in this country, in the West, are very concerned about cancer, because a lot of people do have cancer. So I would give them this, right? If there was an initial spark of interest in cancer a few weeks, days, or months after Kate's announcement, that seems very plausible. That's how the internet works. But to say that the Kate effect 1 year after, that whole article is an insult to common sense and decency. I don't believe for a second that Kate Middleton has now become a cancer influencer when she has not revealed her cancer diagnosis. She hasn't told us what type of cancer she has, and she's certainly not volunteering or giving her time, energy, and resources to support any type of cancer charity. So basically, that whole article was just breathless hero worship, and I think it came from the palace. Because guys, don't forget, Kate does not work. Kate does not have anything of note to her name. Almost 14 years after being in the royal family, she's a disgrace. And she is. Kate fans, your hero is a disgrace. And yeah, if we're okay with that topic, I'm going to move on to Andy Signor. Okay. Guys, are we ready for Andy Signor? So Andy Signor is my first foray Hi Joanne, Lorna, how are you? Let me come in the chat and say hi. How's everybody doing? Please, can you guys drop your flags in the chat to show that you're engaging with me, and to let me know where you're dialing in from. So lovely hearing from all of you. I hope you're all well. Please drop your flags. Please drop your hearts. I love hearing from you. USA! Woo! Hello, America. How you guys coping with Donald Trump? How you guys doing? Canada, hello, Lorna. How are you? I should also ask you about how you're coping with Donald Trump as well. Hello, Foxy Brown. I love Foxy Brown. Visatas, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, my sister. They don't give a damn. Oh, Nigeria. Nigeria, Niger. God bless you. For those of you who don't know, I am a Nigerian. My father is Delta. My mother is Igbo. How about you all? Oh, God bless you. Happy Saturday, guys. USA. I saw I think you guys are going very quickly. Yes, I've heard all the things going on in America. What flag? CV. I know you said Netherlands. I'm not sure what the other flag is for. South Africa. Wow. Hello, my South African sister. How are you? And for those of us squaddies, do you know one thing? Before I go into that, let me do a quick shout out to the squaddies. Squaddies, hello. How are you? It's so amazing to see a cross section of people from all over the world supporting the cause, supporting Duchess Meghan, the Sussexes. Like I tell you guys, my origin story was watching Duchess Meghan cry, watching her cry to people, telling them that they're trying to kill. She was getting people who wants to kill her. Sorry, she was, all the hate they were spreading was making people want to kill her and harm her children. Yeah. Visitors. Mango Mussolini. Yeah. Barbados. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, I'm look honestly, guys. Can I confess? I was going to come to San Francisco this year, but I've decided not to because I don't want that mess. Your president has. I have to give him this one. I don't want to enter America because of your president. I read an article about a French scientist that got to America. He had a legal visa, and they turned him away. Do you know why? They turned him away because when they went through his phone, they saw him say anti-Trump things. This is where we are in 2025. Suriname. Yep. I was going to come to San Francisco, but I don't know anymore, Joe. Because I don't want stress. I don't want stress at all. I don't need that mess. But anyway. Yeah. I'm going to start with Andy Signor. Oh, it's focusing. Wow. As they should, Lorna. They should. They should. Because I'm sorry to say, guys, with everything that is going on with Tesla, everything that is going on with Tesla, what I found is all these oligarchs, rich people, they are not going to impact change until the change affects their money. They don't care. Elon Musk was making a lot of was making racist comments. Doesn't really surprise me because Elon Musk is a white South African. No offense, guys, but this is the facts. Elon Musk, I despise. I don't think I despise anybody. I despise the royal rooter. I despise a lot of haters. But Elon Musk is very high up there because I think the anti-DEI movement became popular because of Musk. People of color, women, all they want is a tiny bit of respect. But Mr. Musk decided to throw kerosene and burn it all to the ground. Yep. Look, I will say it, yeah. Oh yes, I saw that, receipters. I will say, yeah, while I don't believe in public destruction of property, it's not fair. It's not. That's not right. That's not right at all. You could hurt someone. You could hurt yourself. Watching people turn away from Tesla is the best. I have no problems with that at all. In fact, long may it continue, because these rich people they've been doing what they like for too long. I will never understand what Musk was hoping to achieve by going in front of a crowd and doing Sig Hill. I will never understand why Elon Musk decided that he was going to bring a chainsaw and talk about cutting real people's jobs without any proper due process. Everything that's happening to him now, I have no sympathy for. So, wow, Joanne, Jesus. Anyway, guys, for those of you who are easily triggered, I'm going to start the Andy Signor discussion. If you need to step away for your mental health, because this is going to be nasty, guys, please feel free. I put my notes together. But yeah, we're going to start the Andy Signor conversation, guys. So I'll give it a second. Let everybody get their hellos out of the way. Because I really want you guys to pay attention to this. Because I don't want us to underestimate the enemies we are playing with here. Oh yes, I have no doubt about that, Tula. I told you he's a white South African. It must be a shock to a lot of them to come to the West and see people that look like me doing the same jobs, being professionals. They probably can't, because that's not what they are used to. I don't have any patience for white South Africans. I'm sorry. It might sound racist, and I want to be clear. I'm not saying all white South Africans are pro-apartheid. Don't come and fight me in my comments. I'm just saying that if you are a descendant of the apartheid regime, I find it impossible to believe that you bear the sins of your father. As an African, as a black woman, you bear the sins of your father. And if you don't do something, and if you haven't done something active to fix the wrongs, you can get the fuck off my page, frankly. Sorry, excuse my French. Right. So let's get to it. And also Nigerians and Nigerian, Nigerians and that appetite thing. Our brain. No, 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 no. Nope. All right, guys. I'm starting on the Signor. Let's get to it. Did you guys know that Andy Signor is one of the founders of Honest Trailers? Do you guys remember Honest Trailers? I found them hilarious. Many a day and night I have laughed at those Honest Trailers. I believe was one of the first original, YouTube channels. A lot of people, they had so much going on, and they were funny and very creative. And if you like films, you would have enjoyed. I think if almost every film somebody in this world has watched would have been reacted to by Honest Trailers. It was basically snark as an art. It was wonderful. But guess what destroyed Honest Trailers, guys? The Me Too movement. Yes, the Me Too movement. And this is where this prick and the Signor comes into it. It's going to be a mess. So anyway, if you guys are ready, let me paint a scene for you. So Signor began his career in Philadelphia. Those types of people that, they have those camcorders, and, he went to somewhere called Columbia College, Hollywood. I had to check this. I wasn't sure if this was a real place. And he made small films. One of the films he made was something called the Janitor, some sort of slasher flick about a psycho custodian, because of course. And anyway, did you know that film apparently is now a cult film? Apparently it now has cult status. Anyway, that was Andy Signor's ticket into the game. He had some gigs with Disney Interactive. He was only there for like 3 months, and I think they probably got wind of his horrible personality and told him to go. And the Collective, he was shooting promos with some people like I don't know. Have you guys heard of this guy Kevin Nealon? Anyway, he just had some things going on here and there. Then in 2012, thanks to the internet, he got the idea for Honest Trailers with somebody called Brett Wiener. Yeah, Brett Wiener. So what they would do is they would turn movie critiques into viral reaction videos, and that's where the whole Honest Trailer thing came. Do you know that by 2014 Honest Trailer page had 300 million views, guys? Will I ever get to 300 million views? I would die. I can't even fathom that. Anyway, that's how popular Honest Trailers was, and I remember watching it as far back as 2014. I love that channel. And at that point, because of all the attention and the money they were making, Andy Signor became a senior vice president of content at Defy Media. And I don't know, I think it's the internet is telling me something called Break and Alloy. Anyway, Andy was flying high. He got Emmy nominations in 2016, 2017. I would say they were well deserved. Honest Trailers was fantastic, and he was doing so well, guys. This guy was bringing in 400 million views on his, and he had some other. He had a whole digital empire. He had Screen Junkies show. He had Man at Arms. He was doing well. He even won an MTV Movie Award in 2007. For a spoof called I've Arrived. Quite an interesting life. And you know that were you guys watching all those Marvel films? Anyway, to show you how much the guy had gained notoriety and how he was flying high, he was getting that Hollywood respect. This small guy on YouTube, he did some sort of a small piece of, if you think about it this way, it's kind of like someone goes from delivering pizza in I think he used to deliver pizza to a Playboy softcore flick, and all of a sudden he's rubbing elbows with the directors of Captain America Winter Soldier, a fantastic film, by the way. And I think they did a spoof trailer together or something like that. Anyway, this guy was, I guess, hopefully, are you guys with me? Please drop a like in the chat if you're with me, because I can't really see your comments, but hopefully you're enjoying what I'm talking about, right? And you're following me. Let me know if you're following me, because I need you to follow me. We need to understand how somebody, if I had to summarize everything, and the Signor, his career was going so well. He was going so well, guys. He was doing his snarky honest trailer nonsense, his honest trailer thing. Imagine having 400 million views a month. In monetary terms, that must be, wow. Wow, that must be like almost 30, 40, 50, 60,000 pounds, dollars or more a year. Almost, maybe even almost 100,000 a month. Just by snarking on films that people have seen before. He was fine. And then the hot slap of reality hit him right in the face, guys. The Me Too movement. Yes. So for those of you who forget, I'll give you a quick overview. So the Me Too movement, right? If you guys remember Harvey Weinstein, the Weinstein scandal and the Me Too wave was high. I, for one, welcomed it, frankly, because some of the stories I heard about what these men were doing, absolutely disgusting. Like, Signor. Anyway, Signor got caught up in it. And what happened was, he had an intern, Emma Bowers. She tweeted a story about him. Listen to this, guys. He propositioned her with NSFW vibes, and think of it like, can I jack off in front of you energy? And the Signor, that's what he was doing with interns. Then another lady came out. Yep, that's him. I'm giving you I'm going to release a trailer on him, a deep dive on him. So I'm giving you the tea before I release that deep dive. Then another lady came forward. At that time, she was called April Dawn, a Scream Junkies fan. She's the one that dropped the major bomb. She said Signor tried to assault her multiple times, threatened her boyfriend's job, an engineer named Josh Tapia, who also worked at Screen Junkies, and dangled work in exchange for sexual favors. And the Signor did all this. And then women started coming out, guys. 20 women, according to Dawn, came out claiming harassment via DMs, creepy meetup attempts. Defy Media, which he was the senior vice president of, suspended him October 6th, 2017, and then they fired him October 8th. Just imagine. Pervert. I mean, let's call it what it is, right? He's a pervert, right? When 20 women, 20, to me, one is enough. 20 different women came out saying that he was being disgusting at work. Guys, which other word can we use if not pervert? Which other word can we use if not pervert? Anyway, they fired his ass. And you know what? Screen Junkies, they completely removed him from their history, cleaned him out of their history. So let me be nasty for a minute. So Signor is out there building a fanboy paradise, only to allegedly turn into a sleazy pickup artist. From say it to the epic voice guy to say it to HR, the whole thing blew up in his face. Now, I will say this though, let me give them this. It took Defy where he was working 48 hours to fire him. 48 hours. Now, I'll say this, right? While I do believe in due process, I don't know if they could have done that in 48 hours. All I know is that there were at least 20 women that accused him of highly inappropriate behavior. And that tells me all I need to know. I guess I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I think 48 hours by his employers to determine if he was guilty of what was going on is not enough. And I do appreciate that at that time, for those of us who remember the Me Too, because I remember I was online a lot. At that time with the Me Too movement, guys, every man that was accused was, as in they lost their job, they didn't get the benefit of the doubt. Now, I want to clarify something very quickly. Very, very quickly. The reason why you see me trying to play devil's advocate for this prick is, for those of you who haven't heard of the Justin Baldoni Blake Lively fiasco, that is true, receipters. But I want to just put that disclaimer there, because the Blake Lively, no, let me even go back a step. Amber Heard, Blake Lively, and what they've done to Justin Baldoni and Johnny Depp has made me a bit more nuanced. Now, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, their case has sort of closed. Justin Baldoni's case is ongoing. But I think the problem with the Me Too movement, as with most movements where it appears there is no due process, is most times for a case to be resolved properly, you need to follow due process. To Risita's point, I strongly believe that Andy Signor was guilty of what they accused him of. Don't get me wrong. But like, it's easy for people to say, well, you could say that about Justin Baldoni, right? Because people just jump to conclusions without looking at the actual victims. And I hear what you're saying. So that's why I'm being nuanced. And don't worry, I have my defense. So give me 1 second. So when I was doing just to give Andy the benefit of the doubt, I said, let me look at it from that side as well. So, and Signor came, Signor lost his job, right? So he comes out. Signor went dark after he was fired from Defy Media. Came out in 2018, literally almost a year after. And then he now sued Defy for wrongful termination, claiming they asked him without evidence and tanked his rep. He settles in June 2019, terms undisclosed, and drops a Pops Company video called Me Too Misfire. Yes, that's what he did. Here is how he spun it. He said he flirted, he cheated on his wife, and acted like an arrogant tool. But assault, oh never, he never did all that. He then flashes his Google verified text messages and pics showing Dawn allegedly consenting to a 2-month fling. But he also flew this lady to LA, even hooking up with his body the same day, apparently. And then he says Defy knew, ignored his proof, and caved to the Me Too mob. Of course, when he came out with that information, a lot of people, men and women, who thought that the Me Too movement went too far and ignored due process and hurt a lot of people. They called it a witch hunt, guys. And he did, but Signor did admit that he blurred fan-creator relationship lines. And he said, no, I'm not a predator. I'm just a stupid idiot. I got power hungry with my 400 million views a month, and people tend to treat content creators in some cases as celebrities, so he took advantage of that. And then he apologized to his ex-wife and his kids. Now let me be nasty for a bit. Andy is crying misfire while waving text messages, apparently, like a score, like all these reality TV stars who come with the receipts. And he said, well, I only cheated, I only harassed women, I only took advantage of my position and tried to and tried to and was predatory towards fans who admired my work. Oh no, I did all that, but I didn't rape anyone. A win, guys, right? That's a win. He's an asshole who cheated on his wife, abused his power in his company. But guess what, guys? Hey, he didn't rape anyone. That's his defense. That is Andy Signor's defense, guys. Great guy, huh? Anyway, he now came after April Dawn, saying that by her accusing him of whatever of what she accused him of, she was disrespecting real victims. Guys, the hypocrisy is just anyway, after all that happened, right, Signor reinvented himself with Popcorn Planet, Movie World, and Hugging the Cactus. He had multiple channels, peddling pop culture takes, personal redemption, doing, he's still snarking, he's like, he made a stupid OJ Simpson tribute, musing about Kevin Spacey, Bill Cosby, but like, people don't really give a shit about Andy Signor. He's not going to be that pop culture icon he was. But he's not looking for that. He's not looking for that, guys, because Andy has found fame. Andy has found fame harassing women. And that's the next part of the discussion. For those of you that are going to be triggered by this, I'm saying it again. Just prepare yourself, because this is a doozy. Let me just get the details down. Yep, we've spoken about it. Personally, if you ask me, guys, I think Popcorn Planet, that channel has turned into he apparently created it as a kind of pop culture channel. But now, for those of you who have had the horrible misfortune I have of listening to Andy Signor, he's turned that channel into his own soapbox. So if you think about, for those of you who were following, I wasn't following it then, Johnny Depp, he was obsessed with that trial. Apparently, he had over 300 videos, and he went on anti-Me Too rants. He attacks. Apparently, he's built a reputation of attacking women who accuse powerful men of abuse. He's gone after Amber Heard. He's done it to Angelina Jolie, and I will give it to the mainstream media. Apparently, what he was doing back then was so bad that NBC in 2022 called him out for profiting off backlash. And he's still doing it, by the way. They basically said that he's raking in views and donations by thrashing celebrity abusers. And this is the thing about Andy Signor. You say somebody falsely accused you, and yes, during the Me Too times, due process went out the window. I think if somebody is accused of something and there's evidence, there is due process. For those of you who are wondering, if you go on my page, I do mention it. It's the same thing with Blake Lively. While I do believe she's guilty of everything they've said she's done, and when I listen to Justin Baldoni's podcast, it breaks my heart how she's damaged that man. I am not a fan of people using their social media platform to torment people. Put your evidence down. Let the courts take care of everything else. I don't believe in dehumanizing people, and I hope I never get to a point where, right now, my brain can very clearly walk the line of calling people out and not dehumanizing. And I hope I don't get so drunk on power one day that I ever do that. But I need you guys to keep me honest. I don't think I will, because it's not in my nature, and I don't think that's necessary. But yeah, I rely on you guys to keep people like me honest, because that's why you're there. You are my audience. Anyway, it's just very hypocritical to me that Andy Signor is going around saying, oh well, I'm going to do better, yes, I'm going to be a better person, but he's basically profiteering of attacking women. That's what Signor does, guys. So sorry guys, yeah, so there's quite a lot to go through here, but because of time I'll quickly focus on the person we care about, Meghan. For those of you who don't like hearing this type of thing, let's get to it. So the popcorn planet is more or less existing to attack Meghan. It's just 24 at this point. If not for Blake Lively, I'm very sure that we will be getting 24/7 popcorn planet engagement on Duchess Meghan. I'm very sure that's all we will be hearing. I'm serious, right? He called out. Do you guys remember? He went after Harry and Meghan when they spoke about their New York car chase. Harry and Meghan were not lying. For those of you that are new to my channel, they were not lying. They said what happened. They tried to take the paparazzi to court, but I don't think they were able to. You see Harry videoing everyone. The next time Harry and Meghan, or at least Harry, went to New York, before I even go that far, the British press went after Harry, said he was lying. They went after Meghan. I don't know why they went after Meghan when it was Harry that said it was the press, when Harry was the one that, well, anyway, that's what they like to do. Don't forget misogyny and misogynoir. And the reason why Harry and Meghan were in New York, Meghan received an award, right? And they went there to take it. Ruined their night with that rubbish. Anyway, to show you how much they were not lying, the press tore them apart. Yeah, the press tore them apart for calling out the car chase. Piers Morgan, I remember that prick was dragging them. Do you know that the New York police came out and said everything Harry and Meghan said was true, and going forward they will give them police escort? The coverage they gave them, calling them liars, nobody gave them the same coverage when the New York police came out saying that they were going to give them police defense when they come into the city. Nobody said a word. I'll leave that there. Anyway, and the Signor. Hello, can you hear me, Chris? Can you guys still hear me? Chris was asking, is anybody here? Am I still online? I presume I am. Please put anything in the chat if you're still following me. Anyway, let me get to the Meghan. Okay, great. Thanks. Anyway, so let me just quickly run it through. I know I'm dragging it out, but I have to give you guys the context. And the Signor said that Harry and Meghan were lying about the police chase. He's mocking them. He's laughing at them. And you know what? He's painting her as a scheming flop. In August, he's alleging that this year... Yeah, thanks, guys. So I'll just quickly rush through it. So basically, in August this year, let me just call out some of his hits. And the Signor alleged that Meghan was writing a book bashing Harry's shortcomings as a husband. On August 18, he's screaming cut about her and Harry targeting him with payments to Christopher Boozy and the Sussex Squad. Evidence? Nope. Then this idiotic, there's no evidence of that nonsense, by the way. It's just people calling him out for being a freaking liar and for spreading misinformation and lies. But apparently Harry and Meghan are paying people because, you know, he's not lying in peace, apparently. Anyway, just the usual snarking nonsense. And now apparently he's now He's now basically saying that, Harry, he's just out there claiming that Meghan is trying to bring him down. Anyway, so the question now, guys, because I can't go through every single article. Do you know why? Because he has so many videos. There are too many to go through. So the thing that did occur to me when I was doing this research is, why is this happening? I mean, I know the answer. There's money. But like, Popcorn Planet is quite a popular channel. YouTube can take it down. They can. They can take him down. So why are they keeping him up? Hundreds of videos, guys. Everything he says about Meghan, calling her Netflix show failures, bullying her. You know when those bullying allegations, which are crazy, by the way, because nobody has ever come out to say Meghan bullied me. Why Vanity Fair ran with that article, while People Magazine, US Weekly ran with those articles. Crazy, right? He's a polarizing figure. Let me recap what I said. Over 300 videos about Johnny Depp's case. So it was so much so NBC called him out. He profits from backlash, right? And Meghan is perfect for him, guys. I'm sorry to say, she's a perfect target. She's high profile. Unfortunately, thanks to the British media, she's seen as divisive, and she's a woman people are very happy to mark as a villain. He said he's moved on. He's going to do better. Is this how somebody moves on? Is this how someone does things better? I read somewhere that Andy Signor makes over $500,000 a year just doing this, by the way. Yes, she is, guys. And the thing about it, though, for me and Andy, is his rants feel personal. His rants feel personal. I think that's what scares me about him, I think. After his Me Too movement fiasco, he's now spun this narrative of being cancelled by lies. I don't even know what that means. He's cast Meghan as this liar who targets him. And you won't believe the audacity that he used. I told you guys, I don't know if you guys have watched my videos where I mentioned Andy Signor, August in August 2023, right? Went on X after the South Park fiasco. The South Park privacy tour clip. Wanted to gather people to go to Montecito, use a bullhorn and speakers, screaming privacy tour. If not for the fact that Sussex Squad on Twitter and some high-profile people, according to the nonsense that he was saying that by putting that ridiculous, threatening harassment, those posts out there, of course people reacted to him. They're like, "Are you insane?" This is how he cast himself as a victim, guys. He said that, Sussex Squad was doxing him. They were posting revenge porn threats, and this is he took all that as Meghan is attacking me personally. I'm like, you threaten. I'm sorry, my brain is finding this hard to believe. You threatened someone. Her fans came after you. How is this Meghan's fault? I don't even believe Meghan will go near Twitter, personally. The reason why people came after you, Andy, is because the thing you said sounds insane and it's scary. What if while you were gathering these fans, you carried a somebody who is suffering psychosis, and that person carries a gun and goes to Montecito and starts shooting people. Because think about it, guys, it's not just Meghan, it's not just Harry. Just think about it. A psycho fueled by Andy Signor could pick up a gun and think Meghan wants to kill me. Andy is telling me that Meghan wants to hurt me. He's going to carry, he or she will carry a gun to Montecito and start blasting everyone. Why? Because of money? I've seen your posts about money. And yes, and I agree, that is the reason. Money. I agree. Vanity. I don't know what the hell is going on. To me, it's the audacity of him saying that he's a victim. He mocked Meghan's show, mocked the death of her dog, mocked her children's privacy. And the thing is, he spends all this time calling Meghan a bully. No evidence. Says that she's a narcissist. She's a narcissist. I don't even know how that's possible. And people are saying that people like Andy Signor is calling out all the Me Too misfires. But to me, that's where the hypocrisy is very, very painful, guys. He has a rap sheet of allegations. He had so many allegations and reputation destroying pieces against him. He had to go away for a year, come back with a brand new channel. And he's just attacking this one. Do you know that on the day that Meghan released her show, Andy Signor created a documentary and released it on the same day? Do you know that Andy Signor has a documentary where he talks about what happens when Harry and Meghan divorce? And because Harry came out to say, all of you that are trolling, you're losers, I feel sorry for you. And he was basically crying on his channel. And I was like, you made a documentary about Harry and Meghan's divorce? And there are people that are engaging with this man. Like, for example, this is what I was saying, guys, with the whole, I'm sorry for going off topic. The whole Blake Lively thing is just amazing. Because all these people, when the Blake Lively thing started, I won't lie, there were some people that I was listening to their channel because I wanted to get the tea without having to. But then I found out that so many of them were anti-Meghan or had said something terrible about Meghan. And I'm like, how do you not see the hypocrisy? You are casting Blake Lively rightly as a villain. Yeah. You're casting Blake Lively as a villain to a Me Too story. And she is. The evidence that has been provided says Blake Lively abused Me Too movement to terrorize someone and almost destroy his reputation. I believe that is possible, and that is true. And these people don't see the hypocrisy in using their own platform to spread misinformation and lies about somebody else. They hate. The aim of the Stop the Hate series I'm doing is to call out the hypocrisy and to get us engagement, guys. This needs to stop. They wouldn't be doing what they are doing if they don't have engagement. And I believe that as Meghan is releasing more content, there are more people that are coming to the other side. There are more people that are wondering what the hell is going on here. And I don't know what you guys think. Am I being naive? I'm hoping that maybe as they start to ask questions and hopefully find my page and other pro Meghan pages, we will have more people coming on the algorithm and challenging some people. Meghan's biggest crime is falling in love with Harry. They haven't left that woman alone. In many ways, guys, I'm going to confess something. I resent Harry a bit because none of this would be happening to her if not for him. Harry was always going to be a scapegoat. They were always going to disrespect him and his family because that's what he was there for. It doesn't matter if it was Meghan. It doesn't matter if it was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed English rose. They would have found a way to demonize the both of them. It's just extremely painful because Meghan happens to be a black woman. Maybe her dad wouldn't have done the thing. I don't know. Is that a horrible thing to say? Maybe it's a cruel thing to say. Who wouldn't? Electra, can you imagine any human being enduring this? Day in, day out. Day in, day out. I told you guys, there is never a moment where I don't see negative Meghan. It's like, it's really horrible to see. I can't. This is why I tell people, I think me reacting to it in this way is just me trying to mentally deal with it. Because I've had people come on my page and say, why don't you just block them? I'm like, at what point does blocking them, how is blocking them going to help? They haven't stopped, they've grown. From the very beginning, when this started, this should have been met with this type of fire. As you talk rubbish, you'll be like, no, stop it. That's not fair. That's not right. Don't say that. No, I mean, Chris, and for those of you who are listening to me, but like, first of all, I'm not blaming Harry. It's just me introspecting and we're having a conversation, right? Believe me, what I'm feeling right now, I'm sure Harry feels it every moment. And that's fair, Chris. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. I'm just talking. It's just something that I'm feeling inside. I'm not going to lie. I have my resentment for Harry because of this. But I guess if I also want to be honest, having read his book, I feel bad for him too. It's like this was a path they have set him on. That's why I said at the beginning, it doesn't matter who Harry could have married. She could have been the whitest, Englishest rose in the world. They would have found something to tear her apart because she was never supposed to be as popular as Harry and Meghan have become. But this is my thing to the British to the British press. If you didn't want, if the plan was not for Harry to overshadow William, right? If that was not the plan, then why set him up that way? No, I no little Mark. This is my thing, yeah. This is my thing with Harry. Not sorry, not with Harry. I've read his book twice. Exactly, I agree. I've read his book twice. I feel sorry for him, truly, truly, because I feel that the box he resides in right now had been designed for him from the beginning. And I think he was hoping that maybe if I go away, this will stop. Don't forget, they've been coming after Harry since he was a teenager. Don't forget, they've been doing this since he was a kid. There's a video I saw of him. I can't remember. I think when he was in Eton, you see him walking out with his friends, bending his head down and trying to put his jacket on. And his friend is just like, okay, what's going on? And he's just, you can see he's embarrassed and he's very frustrated. I think he was like 13 or so. And I was thinking to myself, can you imagine being a 13-year-old and being exposed to all that? That awkward stage where you're still feeling yourself. You're not comfortable in your body. You're not comfortable. You're still trying to like, no, it's terrible. I mean, that's why I want people to understand me. I'm not trying to set Harry up. I feel a great amount of empathy and sympathy for him. And I keep on telling you guys that the ultimate villain to this story is King Charles. And that's why I have no patience for the royal family. Yeah. I have no patience for any of them. All of this could have been protected. Charles should have been protected. Sorry, Charles should have ensured his children were protected. He should have. But what would it have cost him to say, keep away from my kids? What would it have cost him? But he was too busy trying to suck Camilla's toes, and he wanted to get good PR for her. So I think that's why he was willing to sacrifice his children, to be fair. And I keep on telling you guys, there's this popular saying, if a man does not love the woman that he had children with, you can tell. I'm not saying he doesn't love his children, but you can tell that he loves them, but he's not in love with them. I don't think. Because the way he's allowed his children to suffer, and I can't believe I'm saying this, even Willie leaks. I think William does what he does for his own survival as well. Because their father, and Harry said it in his book, with way more grace than his father deserves, to be absolutely fucking fair. His father didn't know how to parent. A parent does not allow his kids to go through a fraction of what Harry and William had to go through. At any point, Charles should have stopped it. Elizabeth should have stopped it. Yes, they hated Diana. She was popular. And she wasn't of their blood. So they didn't mind sacrificing her. But she was still the mother of those two boys. They should have protected her. Harry's book was wonderful because, like, let me give William grace. I agree with you, Reba. Let me give William a tiny, care, amount of grace. William and Harry are victims in their own way. They are victims of having a very useless father. Charles was very concerned about keeping his girlfriend happy. That he sacrificed his wife, the mother of his sons. And then when he became time, and then when that woman went away, because Charles is a child, because let's be honest, right? All these people are infants. They have exactly, Stacy. They are not this. Sorry, I'm getting heated. This is why the way the royal family works cannot stand in the new generation, guys. How can you be an adult and still be a toddler? All Charles was interested in was Camilla and being king. Charles has never had to work, never had to struggle. Okay, fine, he has the Prince's Trust. Let me give him that one, because let's be fair, the Prince's Trust has done, you can see what the Prince's Trust has done. He actually had initiatives that helped a lot of young people. So I won't knock him for that. Yeah, exactly. I won't knock him for that. I won't knock him for Prince's Trust. I know a number of initiatives I've seen, because I work with young people. I've seen a lot of initiatives that funding came from the Prince's Trust. I won't knock him for that. But then I also found that he was using the Prince's Trust as a way to collect bribes from Arabs, as they do with these charities. So he can go fuck himself, frankly. But that aside, right? Charles is a toddler. He is. And this is what I say, this is the flaw of the British royal family. They are selfish. They don't care about anybody but maintaining their wealth. This is why everything they do is to ensure they keep the coffers going. We will never know as people, both British and others, how much money the British royal family is sitting on. If this country was serious, we would treat them the way we treat the European royal family. The European royal family could be trillionaires, but they have beaten them all into silence. They are humble, they are not ostentatious, they keep quiet, and they get on with it. I was checking, there was one time I don't even know, do you guys remember Hello Magazine, when we used to have print? I really enjoyed Hello Magazine when I was a kid, because the print papers were actually quite cool. Because when I was a child, we didn't have internet like that now. So the only way you could get the tea was from like Hello Mag. And the way they would cover the Estonian royal family or the royal family in Holland. These people did not look like they had money, guys. They looked like they were wearing shoes they bought in a Primark. They looked like they were going through and again, the clever thing of that representation was it didn't make the people feel like these people were lording their wealth over them. They felt like, okay, you're in the royal family, but you're one of us. They felt like real people too. And I think that's why they've survived for so long, actually. And I think a lot of them did lose money. But the richest, yeah, well, not the UK press, guys. Sorry, the UK royal family. For those of us who live in the UK, you know exactly what I mean. They treat them like gods. I told you guys that Charles and Camilla went to Ireland. I didn't even know. I didn't know. But like the 5 seconds of coverage I saw, they treat them like gods. And this is what they need the British Royal Rota to do, to datify them, to give them this what's the word I'm looking for, guys? To give them this representation like they are heroes. That's I just read to you Russell Meyer's embarrassing. You know what? I'm going to find that article and react to it so that we can laugh together. Just embarrassing. The Kate effect, please. If the royal family, sorry, if the royal press was holding these reverence, that's the word. If the royal press was holding these people to account the way they should have, they would humanize them more, and this deification will stop. Because it's unacceptable. Charles should have protected his children. I don't care if you. That's what I was saying. I see, but that William wants to get pegged. If William is wants to get his back blown out by Jason North, I don't give a damn. But to but to but to drill this institution into their head to the point where they hurt their own siblings, their own blood, nah. Mm-mm. And now, after Harry said he wants to go, you won't free the guy. You're still harassing his wife. Hmm? You won't let them go. They're complaining that Harry and Meghan were stealing all the attention from Kate and William. But you're still covering. And then, I mean, there's some reactions I've done where you heard the British press say people are very interested in what Meghan is doing. I'm like, they are, because you won't stop reporting them. If you wanted to hurt Harry and Meghan properly, you leave them alone. If Meghan is eating, you leave her. If Meghan releases Netflix, you don't report it. Vanity, I hear you, but frankly, I prefer the, that's my point, the infighting and their mess. We don't need to be seeing it. Thanks, Sylvia. I know it's very late where you are, and thanks for the engagement, guys. It's just a mess, frankly. And yeah, that was my kind of like intro. I've given you guys the overview of the and the Signor Stop the Hate topic, which I'm going to put in his in the deep dive. What I would like to do is I really want that thing to go public, guys. I want people to engage with it. I really do. I think YouTube have really disgraced themselves with allowing Andy to stay as long as they have, allowing his channel to grow the way it has. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm seeing the same thing with Blake Lively. Anyway, one last thing before we head off. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Let's talk about Meghan's wins. Did you guys see the article from Uncle Ted? Uncle Ted! Yes. Uncle Ted Sarandos. We've already spoken about it already, but I'll just quickly, because I really enjoyed that article. I'll just quickly round off so that we can end on a positive note. He said that Meghan is underestimated in terms of her influence on culture. He's right. He gushed about document. I know. I think that document series, something that he's very proud. I think Ted is very proud that he was able to, that his bet on Meghan and Harry paid off. And I'm proud of him. I keep calling him Uncle Ted because I think the fact that he took a chance on them and the bet paid off. I think that man is a fantastic media guy. He saw the balls, got in early, and locked it down. Engagement. You're right, Stacy. Anyway, I'm proud of Meghan. People don't believe it, but I believe her. I believe in Meghan, guys. I know she's good. I think I think Meghan is going to do very well. I'm still confident about my diagnosis on Meghan being a billionaire. I can't wait for her podcast. I have a lot of deep respect for her. And I have a lot of deep care for her. I want her to win. She's going to win. I do think that because of the amount of bullying she gets, in as much as we want to support her, this is why I was telling someone that even if I wanted to be a bit central on Meghan, I find it hard to do because I'm like, I'm not going to join. I am not going to join the pylon. Meghan is doing well, considering, and the reason why I stand by that is no other member of the royal family has been able to secure the type of deals Meghan and Harry have got. Hello, guys, can you hear me? If you can hear me, quick heart in the video, in the chat, please. I think the live went weird for a second. Great. Oh yes, when I get my that's what I'm saying. When I release it, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a live. I want you guys to take that video and I want you to send it. I'm going to. I need your help. Send it out, send it round, send it to NBC, send it to every news outlet. Thank you, Little Mac. Thank you. Share it around with everyone. And yeah, before I go, the super chat is still open. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Anything you guys want to talk about? I think I've covered all my topics. And the Signor's breakdown is coming out next week, Saturday, guys. And based on your response, I will do more. So I need you guys to respond. Yeah, and help me send it out so we can get it trending. Get the trailer out, get it on in the internet. We need to go viral. Because that man's a prick. People were telling me that, oh, he has a relationship with peers. Bring it. I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not hiding behind anybody. I'm not hiding my face. I'm not hiding my voice. Bring it. And yeah. It's now midnight 7. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you. You guys are my best. You guys are wonderful. You've been so kind to me. And I'm so grateful to all of you for making my channel something. I'm still trying to find other strategies to grow the viewer count. But I just want to appreciate each and every one of you. Hi, Patricia. No, it's okay. But I've been up for 2 hours. And it's midnight here and I'm tired. I've had a long day. I think I'll sleep in tomorrow. I'm gonna put a poll. Yeah, thanks guys. I'll do more shorts as well. If the thing is, I don't see shorts going as, but I'll do as much shorts as I can. Thanks for the advice. But yeah, thanks for keeping me going, guys. I really appreciate you. Let's keep on fighting. Let's keep on going. I'm going to do more shorts as well. Trust. And keep supporting so that the shorts can go viral as well. And yeah, I'm going to let you guys go now. Thank you for the time. Thank you for listening to me. I have to go lie down. I'm tired. I've had a long day. And yeah, I will let you know about my very quickly. I'm in Iceland for till Monday. For those of you who don't know, I'm a data engineer. I also have a thank you, Patrick and Little Mac. I have a channel where I'm going to be discussing my travels and technology and data engineering. Oh, thank you. And yeah, I'll let you know when the Signor video drops. Take care, guys. It's been lovely chatting with each and every one of you. Have a good one. Good night.